Another common issue. Now this is what dealers tell me and what people who email me would help. This is put in the wrong way. When you try to thread your own, or wind your own, you might have problems with that, and it'll take your mind off the operation of the machine, because there's a lot more than winding a bobbin. I have had 3 of these PE 770s, and the reason why I didn't have them after a while was because I upgraded, and I sold one to upgrade. Like my first one that I saw maybe 2.5 years ago, I sold the first one because at the time my daughter was living in South Carolina. I thought I would have a grandchild nearby, so that didn't turn out for a while, so I sold the first machine. Okay, daughter moves back with her husband. Okay, grandson then. Now I have a grandson, so I buy another one. So I wanted, after a while, I was making nice things with it, including that beautiful JPEG over here. That's a JPEG of my wife when she was in her 30s. And that's on denim, white denim. Alright, so anyway, I upgraded, just like that is the Dream Maker. 33 inches from one end to the other. It does a 7 by 12 inch embroidery, this particular machine. Now, this is my workhorse. I had to buy my third one because so many people, I got more videos on the 770 than I think anybody in the world. Now, the capability of this machine, leather. This is done on leather. Right? I designed this myself in Generation Software. A PE 770, done this. It's really a nice machine. I designed this in the Brother PE Design Next software. This is when I had uploaded 100 HD videos. Now I got over 5. Alright, I done this in PE Design Next. That's Jake the Bulldog, my son's dog. Okay. Anyway, the bobbins I buy, I buy Polystar pre-wound. I get the big box. Not sure, 144 or something. It's the most economical way to buy them. And the bobbins go in, and if you look at the machine, it has an engraving in it, or an engraving right there. It shows you the direction right there. That's counterclockwise. Okay, so alright, counterclockwise. And if you ever wanted to look underneath there, like a lot of times you'll get jammed up, a common thing that happens is that your bobbin thread will get jammed up with your thread under this plate, underneath that plate. Now, if you're able to catch it, the machine will stop, the hoop will still be there, and you'll say, oh gee, I'm screwed. I can't get the hoop out to cut the thread because there's a ball of thread. So one of the ways, you have to cut the thread that's underneath the hoop. You could get in there carefully with maybe a long kitchen knife that has a sort of a serrated blade on it. Real carefully, you lay it as flat as possible. As flat as possible, you hold your breath. You pick up the hoop a bit and you sort of visualize slicing through 10, 12 layers of thread that are going back and forth through that hole. Of course, you've got to bring your needle up, but sometimes even that's a problem. Sometimes you have to unscrew the needle a little bit and try to get the needle out of there, cut the thread that's through the needle's eye so that you can get access under the hoop. All right. Now, this here, I'm telling you some of the things. A lady called up, she had a problem, she sent the machine out, she got it back, she still had a problem. All right, this comes out so easy. You put your finger in the back here. One finger back there, and then the other finger this way, and you see the little space here? You want to close that space by moving this. See? Click, and it's out. All right, take this up. That's all. Here's a tang, here's a tang. And they go under here. Now, the other thing, now this machine's working, so there's no problem, but I just want to show you what's normal. I told one lady about there's a little white diamond, there's a little white mark on the metal that hooks to the machine. And I said, the black bobbin case comes out. All right, that will come right out of the machine. And sometimes they give you a spare. This machine, I don't think I had a spare, but my more expensive machine. Now, this lifts up out of there. But when it's installed correctly, see that little movement? That's normal. That's normal, and it's within the alignment range right there. And if you look, let me get something to point. If you look right around here, that is laying down into the metal. Now you could pull this up out of it, lifts up. See, like that. And sometimes you get lint in there. Sometimes you can get under there, like this, or you get the one that has the angle tip on it, like for example, I get a set like this, right? All the different angles. I get these at Harbor Freight, right? Like $3, $4, and they're nice. They're really nice. Now, you could look at that, so forth. I'm telling you a lot of stuff, I realize that, but with the bobbin in place, just like this, the bobbin turns counterclockwise, right? Like I said, there is a notch over here. See? All right. Now, there is a test I created for the normal tension on this bobbin right here. When it's incorrectly, normal tension turning that way. About 1 ounce hanging from the end of this will unwind the bobbin, and the 1 ounce will slowly go to the floor. You might have to shake this a little bit to get the thing to start dropping. But it's a good ounce. You can use a 1 ounce sinker if you want. I made a thing up where I use 5 quarters that are hooked together with tape, with Scotch tape. You dangle a little bit, and this drops. Now, if you get a situation where you let go of the quarters or the 1 ounce and it drops plunk to the floor, this is too loose. If this is too loose, you're going to wind up getting white thread up through your, just say, blue lettering or so forth. All right, so now we put this back in. Put it back in without the bobbin in place. Okay. You know, white goes forward, you drop it in. Nothing gets forced. Nothing gets forced. You know, just don't lose sight where your white dot is. And it's best to do this with 2 hands, like I'm not doing, because I got the camera in front of me. Okay, dropped in, just 2 hands. See? That's normal. Okay, now, normally I don't put the bobbin in yet. I put this back. You make sure that the tabs go underneath, and then you push this away from you. And you hear a click, and it should be tight. So now, at this point, you could put the bobbin in. Drop the bobbin in. It has, again, a guide arrow. Bring it under that direction, all the way into that channel. All right, now you pull it and you make sure the bobbin turns. That's normal. See the thread coming out? Now you pull the thread this way and it cuts it. So now you're in. And that's all you got to do. Put this back, it clicks, closes. Okay? The thread, upper thread will pick that bobbin up. So you don't have to do like a regular sewing machine. In fact, the new sewing machines, you don't even have to do that anymore. All right, so that was some important things. With this,